Alrighty, so here are the things that I got stuck on taking this interior out and had to go to YouTube and Facebook for help.
Okay, so one of the first little problems I ran into was how the hell does this light switch come out of here? I gave it a bit of a yank, thinking that maybe it just pulled out or that black thing would slide off there. Pulled it to the point where it was going, I'm pulling too hard, I don't want to break it. So it turns out that there's a little spring back here in this little unit. I just couldn't really see it because all the gauges were still in there and they were blocking my view. You press that spring and out it comes. Okay, so this is the vent that sits behind the glove box, and there's those 3 screws up there. That screw on the left hand side, there's absolutely no space whatsoever to get your hand up there and to be able to turn a screwdriver. It's really tight, and it didn't seem to matter what angle I contorted my arm and wrist into. I just wasn't able to turn the screwdriver. I've had a few comments about blood, sweat and tears, and this one almost covered all of those. This is about the closest I've come to crying so far. The trouble was with a long screwdriver, it hits against part of the body, so it doesn't go in straight, and then a short screwdriver, you just weren't able to turn your hand inside that small gap. So I ended up using this here, and I was able to push from the bottom and get that turn as well. If anybody's got a better way of doing this, I'd definitely love to hear about it. Okay, the rear view mirror, there was nothing obvious as to how it came out. There were no screws. I kind of thought there'd be screws there. Turns out it's got these little spring-loaded nodules on the back of it, and you kind of just got to use a bit of oomph on this one, give it a yank down so they'll press in, and then it comes out. Okay, the steering column. To be perfectly honest, I was in the process of taking the wheel itself off, and then I was going to take, God only knows what my plan was after that. And the only thing that really stopped me was I couldn't get a screwdriver in there. I couldn't find the screw. And then at some point it kind of occurred to me that maybe I could just drop this whole thing as one piece. So obviously that's what you can do. These guys here are those little lenses that go over the interior lights that sit above the parcel tray. There's 3 little lips that go around. You just kind of get I just got a small screwdriver and just slowly popped each one of those 3, and then out they came. So here's the top of the dash. This thing wasn't too bad to get out, and to be fair, I actually did work this out for myself. So it's got 10 screws that hold it in. You've just got to go on a bit of a searching mission to find them. There's 3 of them there that sit above the gauge cluster, and then you've got these other ones over here above the glove box area, starting there and going across. Okay, so those are a few of the things that I had some trouble with. I know they may seem a little bit simple, but I'm just trying to be careful. I don't want to go breaking those little interior light lenses and ripping that black knob off the light switch. So what I'm really grateful for is these YouTube legends that were many years before some bunny like me came along and tried to make a video, who put up these how-to videos. I look them up all the time, and I really appreciate those guys that do those videos. So that's just kind of what I wanted to do here, was be like them. So hopefully that helps somebody. In the meantime, I've got the bonnet off, so I am making some progress, and in the next video this whole front end should be off. See you then.